Hello and welcome to another update video about the DXY. We haven't covered it for a while, so I think it's time for another DXY review. And yeah, the situation hasn't really changed, but I want to share with you the relevant parameters here that now need to be fulfilled or that we need to watch in the coming trading week for the DXY. And on the DXY chart that would support here my wave count. The idea on the DXY chart is still, and let me go to the daily chart for that. The idea is still that a larger third wave topped here in September 2022. I then counted the move down as a 5-wave move. To me, that looks pretty clearly like a 5-wave pattern. Then here, this to me looks like a textbook flat structure, an expanded flat, in which we had an A-wave rally, a very clear 3-wave move down in wave B, and the C-wave, 5-wave move happened as well. Came basically to our target back then, and then this could complete B, large wave B. Now, in the preferred scenario, the C-wave to the downside is now unfolding, possibly into the low $90 region. Here, I'm looking at the area around the 1.618 to the 200% extension, between around about $92 to $94. That would be ideal. And I've got an initial 5-wave decline already, so I count this move as 5 waves. So this is for me wave 1 of that C wave. And then a wave 2 corrective rally was supposed to unfold. You might remember that from many weeks ago. It did unfold and it is unfolding. Maybe it's complete. I think looking at this structure from, it obviously reacted to the golden ratio level. It reached the 61.8 retracement. This wave 2 could be complete. It could be complete. I just need some evidence. Okay, so there is definitely now the potential that in this area, this wave 2 could top, but it obviously needs to happen. So the bears, let's say, should turn up, and it's just a potential at the moment. Okay, we're watching for certain parameters now, and we're watching these parameters, and we want to see if those get broken to the downside, which would further confirm that third wave to the downside is unfolding. Now, how do we work with that, or what do we now need to see? So first of all, let me go to the 4-hour time frame. Then let's talk about the structure. So I think we've broken here this trend line. Now, this is granted not a great trend line, but it's I think the best we've got at the moment. You could interpret 3 touch points into this. Then the trend line broke, great. But I need to see a break below the last swing low to confirm further that we have topped here indeed. So at the moment, it's just a possible top, just the potential. I want to see a break below the $103 level or $102.90 level, which is the 2nd of February low, to suggest further that, yeah, indeed, wave 2 has topped. That's what I need to see as initial indication. At the moment, I don't have an initial, I only have a break of a trend line, but I don't like trend lines so much, they are very unreliable. So better would be a break below key support here, structural support. It would also, if that level breaks, possibly lead to the development of a head and shoulders pattern, as I've just shown here. Okay, now that means while maintaining below the last high, which was formed at around $105, and while breaking below the $102, what is that, $102.90 level would be good indications, or at least conditions that the wave 2 has topped. I really need to see the break eventually below the wave 1 low. Now that's confirmation, and especially if it's an impulsive break below that wave 1 low. Here we talk about $100.60. So basically a 5-wave decline. Now that could be ideally it needs to be an impulse, but we're far away from that. So obviously that would be confirmation in Elliott wave that the confirmation that the third wave is unfolding is typically obtained once the wave 1 top, or in this case low, gets broken. But obviously we don't necessarily want to wait for that, so I gave you some other parameters to watch some indications. Now, if the market breaks above the last high, the 14th of February high, at around $105, well, there is one more fib level left that I would trust in this structure at $105.88. But I have to tell you, if we go above that level, then I have to consider something different, possibly that this B wave is still extending. Nothing I'm watching for primarily. So ideally, well, I expect here basically that a top is in place in this region. Yeah, that's what I'm watching for. That's the primary count, the preferred count. But until we have a first indication, there is no top. Okay, so that's just the potential at the moment. I'm watching, cannot confirm it yet. And I told you exactly what we need to see for confirmation. Okay, that's my update about the DXY. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500 as well as regular updates about stocks, feel free to check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.